bitte, Sie mögen und Sie werden damit die erste US-Amerikanerin. Nun das erste Hindernis und in rund 200 Metern dann der erste Wassergraben zu überqueren für die Athletinnen. Wir sind gespannt. Entschuldigung, die Tempomacherin fällt eine sehr, sehr gute 3000 Meter Stufenläuferin. Das muss man sein, wenn man diesen Test angehen will. Und Jeff Deutsch, die vor einem Jahr den Weltrekord so richtig pulverisiert hat. Das war in Monaco am 20. Juli, als sie die Fachwelt ins Staunen versetzte, 8:44,32 gelaufen ist. Und bereits jetzt hat die Pacemaker Mühe, das Tempo so zu gestalten, dass Jeff Deutsch nicht nach vorne hat. Coburn, dahinter die Weltmeisterin Yen, auch sie mit guten Aussichten aufs Podest. Es trennt sich bereits die Spreu vom Weizen. Weltrekordhalterin und Weltmeisterin zusammen mit der Tempo. Und jetzt bereits Jeff Deutsch, die vorbeigeht an Züblin, also der Weltrekordhalterin, ist es zu langsam. Ich bin gespannt auf die Durchgangszeit dann bei 1000 Metern. Die befindet sich nicht ganz genau bei der Ziellinie, ja, weil das Titelgraben eine kleine Abkürzung ist und so ein bisschen mehr gelaufen werden muss.
Wir nehmen Sie mit zum Stabhochsprung. Das ist Christopher Nielsen, USA, 583. Mit den Füßen runtergeschlagen bei seinem ersten Besuch Christopher Nielsen zurück auf die Bahn.
Ja, 2:51,9 die Durchgangszeit bei 1000 Metern. Jeff Deutsch, die will es wissen, auf Coburn 2:54,2. Ich muss sagen, beide sind sehr schnell gestartet, wie noch nie in ihrer Karriere. Aber Coburn, die erste Amerikanerin, will unbedingt als erste ihres Landes unter 9 Minuten laufen. Und Sie wissen ja, was das heißt, wenn Jeff Deutsch so schnell angeht wie noch nie. Sie ist Weltrekordhalterin. Und wenn sie diese Pace noch ein bisschen weiter durchziehen kann, ja, dann sind wir gespannt, was sie hier zeigen kann. Jeff Deutsch in Führung, dahinter Ceruto und Coburn.
Und sie hat den Stabhochsprung bei 5:83 auf der Pole. Pavel Wojciechowski. Er versucht sich auf diese Höhe. Wir unterstützen ihn auf 5:83. Pavel Wojciechowski.
Und immer noch ein unglaublich munteres Tempo im 3000 Meter Steeple-Rennen der Frauen. Jeff Deutsch bei Halbzeit 4:23 unterwegs. Dahinter Ceruto, Coburn, Kien, Javi, Cetkenay, Chespol und Gesa Felicitas Krause, die schnellste Europäerin auf Rad. Vorne die Weltrekordhalterin, dahinter eine Dreiergruppe mit der Weltmeisterin. Das Feld aber schon ziemlich in die Länge gezogen.
Wir gehen zum Stabhochsprung. Er ist einer, der jahrelang die Szene dominiert hat. Er ist Olympiasieger, er ist der Weltrekordhalter, er ist Europameister. Hat ein bisschen Mühe bei uns bei Weltklasse Weltklasse Zürich, Mono, La Villemie. Jahrelang hat er dominiert die Szene im Stabhochsprung und jetzt erhält er Konkurrenz.
Zurück auf die Bahn, die Pace ein bisschen zusammengebrochen, 3000 Meter Stiefel. Der Frauen, also selbst für Jeff Deutsch, die Weltrekordhalterin, war diese Anfangspace von 2 Minuten 51. Wohl ein bisschen zu schnell, dahinter aber noch alles ganz dicht beisammen. Und wir kommen ins Finale dritten bei 2000 Metern durch. 5,57,6.
Der nächste, der sich bereit macht, ist der WM-Zweite aus Polen, Dr. Büchel, auf seine Höhe 5,83. Sie wissen es, ich bin beim Stabhochsprung und er schreit, er raucht sie. Dr. Büchel. Und er macht jubeln. Er freut sich. 5,83, das ist Weltklasse Zürich. Das ist das beste Publikum der Welt. Das ist hier ein Feuerwerk nach dem anderen. Was viele Athletinnen und Athleten bieten. Er hat es geschafft, die 5,83. Und weiter geht's bei uns im Stabhochsprung und unten mit einem tollen Tempo auf der Bahn, David.
2400 Meter ungefähr absolviert in diesem 3000 Meter Steeplelauf der Frauen immer noch in Führung. Jeff Deutsch, die Weltrekordhalterin Kieng. Nun auf Rang 2, Ceruto auf 3 und Coburn, die US-Amerikanerin, auf 4. Wir nähern uns der entscheidenden Phase. Können die Athletinnen dahinter noch einmal aufdrehen und Jeff Deutsch in Bedrängnis bringen? Das ist die große Frage. Der zweitletzte Wassergraben.
Und der letzte Versuch, Christopher Nielsen, 5,83 aus den USA. Auch hier ist seine Unterstützung. Christopher Nielsen. Es wollte nicht sein. Auf 5,83. Thank you very much. Being here in Zurich.
Und 3000 Stiefel, die letzte Zielpassage vor dem Schlussspurt. Geben Sie noch einmal viel Kraft mit diesen Läuferinnen, immer noch sehr gut unterwegs. Jeff Deutsch, dahinter ist es auf Rang 2. Hai-Win Kieng aus den USA, Gemma Coburn auf 3. Und Jeff Deutsch, die Weltrekordhalterin, jetzt noch 300 Meter. 3 Hindernisse und den Wassergraben zu überspringen. Und dahinter ist noch gar nichts entschieden.
Welcome back to Weltklasse Zürich, where we go behind the scenes. Hashtag inside Weltklasse. Right next to me, my expert, Linda Züblin. How are you? Still doing good?
Oh yeah, look, I mean, how can you feel bad?
You feel good behind the scenes?
I feel good, but it's quite special. I'm very nervous, but it's amazing. No, it's great to be back on the track.
Are you nervous because we are on camera, or are you nervous because of the athletes, because you feel still alive in a stadium like this?
Well, honestly, both. I'm very nervous to be here with you, but I have to be honest. This is. Yeah, it's a special feeling to be back after 3 years. I made 10 steps back from track and field and now the first time back. So, yeah, but it's nice.
It must be very special for you for the first time being back here. So this is the show where you are the community and you can send us questions. Let me pull out my phone. And we have one question that reached us. That question is from Antje Hirt. Antje Hirt, she asked us a couple of questions. She's more interested than in the warm-up. She's more interested in the cool down. So she's asking, are the athletes publicly coming or slowing down after competition somehow, somewhere? Well, Antje, let me tell you this. Vlog number 3, where we go live again, we show where the athletes go after competition. We take you backstage to the places the athletes go after the competition. There's a lounge where they can chill and relax, and we go in there really close to the athletes when they're still sweaty. But she has some more questions. Antje has more questions. Let me see. And I ask you this, Linda. Do they have a ritual after the race, and are they in contact with the viewers, with the crowd here?
This is a very personal thing. I know athletes, they don't want to be in contact with the crowd, with the visitors. They just want to go into the car, back to the hotel.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. There are a lot of those, yeah. Because, I mean, I understand it. I know how it is. If you go outside of the stadium and people, they want pictures, they want signatures, they want everything from you, your number, your name, and yeah, I understand it. So, but I still know a lot of athletes who get in contact with fans. It's an important work to get in contact with fans, in my opinion. Oh yeah, it is. Yeah.
How were you? How was it when you were still an athlete?
I would say I was extreme at the other side. I got very close to the fans.
To the public.
Yeah, they literally could touch me. Yeah, but
they like that. They like when
they really like it, but they also take a lot of energy. So you have to find a middle way. What's good for you?
After my competitions, I was always with the crowd. I always loved it. They gave me energy. They gave me energy.
You are the type for that.
We are live here, Facebook Weltklasse, hashtag Inside Weltklasse, and we asked you to vote. We gave you two options. Option number one, we want to see the ones who cheer on the crowd. Or option number two, we want to go behind the scenes and see the athletes warm up underground. And by far, you guys wanted to see the athletes warm up. And we have some very good footage which we filmed in a break, and we're going to see that right now. We see Noah Lyles and some of the other athletes. We're going close and see what was happening backstage. Linda, take us through what is happening down here.
Yeah, you see the difference between the outdoor warm-up track and here obviously the indoor track. It's almost empty. Athletes, they can take their time there. It's very silent. Usually, we just saw it on the clip, the physio's there, and everything is more quiet. And the athletes can choose one side or the other side.
We just saw Noah Lyles. He's right here on the picture. He's wearing headphones. Is that a common thing among the athletes to wear headphones to separate them from everybody else?
Yeah. This is especially in the sprint events very, very common to see. Yeah, but also technical people. Yeah.
Beautiful images. Noah Lyles warming up for his event in a quiet place. Let's move a little bit forward again. Let's get a little bit closer. There's one more thing that Weltklasse Zürich makes very unique. It's all the volunteers. There's so many volunteers, and there's a banner that the Swiss Volunteers, that's like a club. Swiss Volunteers is a club that is sponsored by Gas Energy, a Swiss company. And they unveiled the flag here, and the club Swiss Volunteers brought enough volunteers to come here and bright shirts, did you ever volunteer at an event like this?
No, unfortunately not. But at the other side, I had the honor to compete here. That was the reason why I've never been a volunteer. But yeah, it's how you said. I mean, volunteers. It's such a big event. It's not possible with volunteers. So.
But after your career.
Yeah, I mean, this is kind of volunteering, right?
I like that. I tell you one thing. When I retired from ski racing, I went to a World Cup race in the US, Beaver Creek, and I was a volunteer for 3 years shoveling snow. So I get the feeling of the volunteers, and they do a great job because an event like Weltklasse Zürich, that could never take place without any volunteers. And I'm looking around, so many volunteers. I'm trying to figure out if we can ask somebody. Come with me. I'll go and ask somebody over here. This must be Angela. Sprichst du Englisch oder nur Deutsch? English. She's speaking English. Angela, how many years you have been a volunteer already?
Yes. For how many years?
Yes.
I started in the 80s when I still was an athlete.
Tell me about it. You were an athlete. Tell me about it.
I was running here 15 years on the hurdles.
On the hurdles?
Yeah. So it was a great time. First, I have done the high jump, and then afterwards the 100-meter hurdle.
And how come you switched over to being a volunteer?
Because it's my club, LC Zürich, and it was nice to see how they are working together. And then I know somebody, and I asked them if I could have helped them, and I said, yeah, why not?
Did they give you a medal for being a volunteer for so long?
I really like it, and it's a really special atmosphere, and it's a great team anyway to work together in such a big competition, you know.
Does it still give you goosebumps and lots of emotions being so close to this competition here?
Yes, because a lot of managers were athletes when I was an athlete, and it looks like always one time in a year a big family is coming together and then they are going away again. It's really nice to meet them every year.
You're one happy volunteer. Thank you very much for being here. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Have a great evening.
Thank you. We will. And of course we look behind the scenes of the volunteers. So if you want to see live sports, tune into SRF 2. Or if you want to see the streaming of what's happening on the field, srf.ch, because one of the highlights of tonight is happening. That's why it's so quiet. 200 meters women with Kambunchi, Muchinga. And of course, Daphne skippers. And so many good athletes. That's why it's so quiet right now. So tune into SRF 2 or srf.ch. And Linda, I think the two of us, we move up to the call room. The call room is where we have to be quiet. We go to the call room. This is the place where all the athletes are preparing, and we take our time.
Das ist ein unglaublich schneller Start. Einleitung Dampfen. Sie kommen aus der Kurve. Dampfen, Einleitung, Jamil Jubel ist auf Bahn 6. Und da kommt Jamil Jubel. Alles macht rein auf der Bahn 6. Und sie gewinnt in Oktober 2074 die Lady aus der Bahamas. Weltbestzeit 21,74. Krass für eine tolle, sensationelle Leistung. Weltklasse Zürich. Heute Abend im ausgebauten Stadion. Wir haben gesagt, wir bringen die beste Stimmung. Das ist das beste Publikum der Welt. Jamil aus Bahamas 21,74. Die schnellste Zeit in diesem Jahr. Wir freuen uns natürlich in 4 Wochen, wenn es losgeht, mit der Weltmeisterschaft. Und wir schauen natürlich auf die Zeit von Muchinga Kambunji 22,58
So we are really close. If we can take a look, this is the call room. In the far end you see Lea Sprunger. who is getting ready for the 400 meters hurdle. I guess there's a lot of tension in there. And I'm talking, Barbara, I'm talking to the boss of the call room. Barbara, you are the boss of the call room. You have seen so many athletes come and go in there. How is that?
Yes, it's always a great experience. Yes, all the years I make this already.
What do you mean experience? You see some of the nervousness of the athletes, some of the tension?
Everything. They really need to go to the toilet 1 minute before the start or before the entrance to the stadium. And sometimes they are very quiet or listen to the music, whatever. Some they are very quiet and other they talk to their colleagues, discussing, sometimes laughing.
Barbara, you have been doing this job for a long time now. You've seen all these stars come and go. Do you get to talk to them or do you leave them alone?
Oh, I leave them alone. But if they want to talk to me, they can do, if they want. Yes.
Give us a story. Do you have any big star who wanted to talk to you?
Sometimes John Drummond, he was always a big showman. In call room and also outside in the infield.
So the 100-meter guys are always the showmen.
Yes, normally. As shorter the distance, as more showmen.
But usually when you are in the call room, this is a very quiet place. As we look inside, this is a very quiet place. Is this the way it's usually? It's always like this?
Yes, it should be. All the athletes very need to be concentrate. And yes, if you want, you can come quick in and have a quick look. But you have to be very quiet.
Okay, we send a camera with you. Yes, yes, I'm waiting out here. Thank you, Barbara. So I think one of the cameras has to move with Barbara. Come on, follow them, follow her. Hallo. We are leaving.
Ein tolles Stadion bei seinem nächsten Versuch. 5,93. Willkommen, Wunsch.
So now I got my microphone again. This is really close. We have been in the call room. This was fascinating. We've seen Lea Sprunger. We have seen Alex Wilson, Justin Gatlin, all in the call room. Do you have any story about the call room? Your personal stories?
Oh, I have.
Tell me about
promise
it.
me. So first of all, the call room is for athletes. I mean, we just saw it. It's very special because you're right before your competition, and they check all your clothes and the brands you wear. I have a story from sponsors.
Sponsor brands?
And also, not just, it's like if you have a Coke bottle, it's like everything. They check literally everything. So, and I think it was 2007 World Championships in Japan, when they literally checked my underwear. Could be that there is a brand on it. That was very, very special.
They made you undress up to the underwear to see if you have a sponsor on your underwear?
Yeah, no, I didn't have. And
But
this story, it's real. I'm not kidding. And
Good thing they didn't do this today because of the glass window and
today
everything.
that wouldn't be possible anymore. I think they would get in trouble for sure.
So we are live behind the scenes, hashtag Inside Weltklasse. We are so close, and I hope you like the view of the inside in the call room. Now we have a little competition for you. I have something here. Linda, you might help me. We have two bibs. We have one bib from Muchinga Kambunchi and one from Elaine Thompson, and they're both signed. And they're yours. They are yours. Whatever you write us, you have to write us. You have to show that you are the biggest fan of Elaine Thompson or the biggest fan of Muchinga Kambunchi. Let us know why you deserve these numbers, and we decide then if you really deserve it. I have these with me, and they're both signs. I keep them, and when we go live for the third time, we will let you know who will win this bib. Let me see what we're doing now. Oh yes, we're shadowing Noah Lyles. Basically, we've already had an interview with Noah. That was
We
really
were so close.
and I think maybe he's in the call room right now, but we wait here until he shows up. And again, if you want to see him sprint live, and if you see them all live, SRF2, that's the program. Talking about sprints and all these running distances they do, there's a timing thing. Swiss timing is keeping track of all the times. We have seen in the beginning, before it took place, we have seen so many false starts. That was very unique. And as far as I know, there's a world new thing that they bring here to Weltklasse Zürich if it comes to time keeping. And I think, I look back to our guys, I think we have a little film about that as well.
Omega is the official timekeeper of the Diamond League and of Weltklasse, and our role is to provide all results to all athletes as soon as they finish competing. What Omega brings as an innovation for the very, very first time in athletics here at Weltklasse is a new sensor technology that is capable to measure the performances of all athletes, meaning that we're going to be able to provide live speeds, acceleration, deceleration, distances, and all in real time.
Unterstützung jetzt dann gleich. Ist bereit. Konzentriert sich. Guckt sich
Swiss timing.
Weiß, das Stadion
It's very important that the times are very correct, right?
I mean, that's Switzerland, right? Swiss watches, Swiss timing, on time.
Do you have any funny story if it comes to that? Like in skiing, in alpine skiing, when you come down, there's your time, and that's very accurate. But in track and field, sometimes your time is corrected by 100. Why is that? Do you know?
I have no idea about the times. To me, it was just important that the time was good after the finish line.
You hear the crowd, it's wild, it's loud. and I tried to see why that is, and it looks like that in pole vault, one of the guys really achieved a great thing. He does a additional lap. I mean, this crowd is fantastic. Let's move a little bit this direction. Maybe our camera crew can catch up some of the ambience in here. Because
here we just saw the American pole vaulter. I guess he just made a PR, a personal record, and he's very emotional. And you see how people react. The crowd, the visitors, they love it if someone is emotional.
And at the same time, you got the women's running 1,500 meters. I think he ran faster for a while.
Yeah, probably. But yeah, you see there's so much going on in this stadium. It's like almost overwhelmed to be here and see all those events going on.
At the first time we have been live, we showed you a camera within that basket where all the athletes put their clothing. And that basket is being carried from here down to the finish area. And I think we hit another camera in one of the baskets. We're looking if we have a couple of images. And I think it's one of the baskets of the women's 400 meters. And I tried to find out whose basket is it. Is it Lea Sprunger basket? I don't know. I don't see the images. Oh, we don't know. But it's a nice view for sure. And I think we have to stand here a little bit on the side. Here in my background you see the kids, the young athletes, the future champions, and they bring these baskets.
The little volunteers. Can you see all those kids, that huge smile they had? It's an amazing story for them that they are able to be here right now. Yeah.
We have, in the beginning, at the first show we did, we talked about this track. And we're coming to the absolute highlight of tonight's show, 100 men, 100 meters men. Again, I ask you again, what makes this track so fast?
Yeah, it's a high-performance track, like I said before. The whole material is different than other tracks in the whole world, and that's why they say it's very fast. And I had the honor to run a couple of times on this track, and I can say it's special. It gives you a very stable and very fast feeling.
Did you like this track here?
Oh, I really love it. It's a bit harder. Yes. It's hard to explain.
Fast? When it's harder, when the underground is a bit harder, makes it faster?
Yeah.
Yes.
Of course, yeah. Or at least that was my feeling, yeah.
Okay. And did you make your personal best here in Zurich?
Let me think. I think I didn't know. I remember I had some good results, but not a personal best.
Also, in these running disciplines, we have seen it before. We have seen some false starts. There's a referee with the gun holding in the air, and it goes bumps, and then they run. But we have seen false starts. But we also look behind the scenes if it comes to that starting gun.
Ich bin Chef vom Starterteam. Ich selber auch starten und schiessen. Ich habe noch das Team, das die Startblöcke, die Nummernblöcke aufstellt. Und die müssen zum Beispiel beim 400-Meter-Lauf relativ schnell sofort die Startblöcke wieder wegnehmen, weil wenn sie ins Ziel hineinkommen, nach 40 Sekunden, sollte das dort alles frei sein. Wir haben im Prinzip mehrere Starter. Wir sind jetzt 4 Starter. Und jeder kann jeden Job ausführen, aber wir aufteilen. Ich mache mal jetzt vielleicht die Staffel, die andere macht 200 Meter, 400, das tun wir vorher absprechen, weil als Starter allein kannst du sehen.
So now we have seen the top guys, 100 meter sprint. Linda Züblin is also hugging Alex Wilson. The guys are really focused. Alex is focused as well, even though you gave him a hug. But he's very focused.
Super surprised right now. I know him pretty well, and usually he's freaking around and a little clown.
Yeah, but he's focused.
But now
I totally understand. But still, he gave you a hug. That means you guys are friends, but still all these stars, I got goosebumps.
Yeah, I mean, you literally can feel what's going on right now.
Yes.
If you check out those athletes, yeah, you can feel these energies. They are very, very focused, very nervous.
I ask you now, the athletes just pass by here? Oh, we see them right here. Let's take a look, and they change shoes, and let's just take a look here.
Er hat gesagt, bei den U20-Europameisterschaften, ich weiß, ich kann alles werfen, was die anderen auch werfen können. Das wird heute ein bisschen schwierig, aber ich denke, Simon Wieland will zeigen, was er kann. Der erste Versuch noch nicht ganz das, was er sich erhofft hat. 69, 57, aber beim Speerwerfen braucht man immer so den einen oder anderen Wurf, um zu spüren, wohin die Athleten beim Abwurf den Speer richten müssen. Die Kraft ist entscheidend, aber natürlich auch der Winkel.
So maybe I can tell you something about the sprint spikes. They're compared to the other spikes a little bit more different, because if you see them, they go up in front. That it helps them to make some speed, especially on the start.
Accelerate a little bit more.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah. And you literally stand on the heel when they are standing normal. They stand on the heel, and that helps them to produce that speed.
This is so fascinating, and the shoes are almost flashy. Some have pink, shiny soles. It's like a statement, and I tell you, there's no other place in the world I want to be right now than just here with all these guys. I've seen them on TV all the time, and I love to watch
touch them.
No,
Yeah.
I'm not. They're in focus. But one more thing. 100 men, 100 meters men. Is that more show style? Is
I mean,
it?
you asked me this question even though you know the answer, right?
So it's my impression.
It's a lot of show, especially sprints, girl and guys. But yeah, that's the sport, and there's a lot of music, a lot of, you see, they play around. I think it's a show too, but they perform pretty well.
You also see some images of the basket being carried to the finish area, young boys being really happy carrying that basket. I'm still psyched back here because all these stars, Jamaican, Joan, Blake gave me a smile.
I saw that. I saw that you were smiling.
As I said, there's no other place in the world I want to be right now. Noah Lyles, he's a showman. He's just being cool all the time, smiling. Justin Gatlin, that's a story for itself. I'm not going to comment on that. So, if you want to see that 100 meters man, SRF2, check in SRF2, or if you want to live stream it, srf.ch. And I told you we have that story about Start Pistol, and I think that is also worth watching while we enjoy it right here. I'm not going anywhere. See you in session 3, and this is going to be fun as well. Session 3 starts at 9:30. Linda, we'll be here.
Aus den USA kommt die Olympiasiegerin Linda Mohammed. Jetzt sind Sie unterwegs ganz aus.
Ich bin Chef vom Starterteam. Ich selber auch starten und schiessen. Ich habe noch das Team, das die Startblöcke, Nummernblöcke aufstellt, und die müssen zum Beispiel beim 400-Meter-Lauf relativ schnell sofort die Startblöcke wieder wegnehmen, weil wenn sie ins Ziel hineinkommen, nach 40 Sekunden sollte das dort alles frei sein. Wir haben im Prinzip mehrere Starter. Wir sind jetzt 4 Starter und jeder kann jeden Job ausführen. Aber wir aufteilen. Einer macht, ich mache mal jetzt vielleicht die Staffel, die andere macht 200 Meter, 400. Das tun wir vorher absprechen, weil als Starter allein siehst du nicht alles. Darum brauchst du 3 Starter. Und von diesen 4, die starten, ist jeder der andere mal der Rückstarter, wenn er nicht selber auf dem Podest ist. Also die Startpistole, die wir hier haben, ist die elektronisch von der Omega. Das heisst, im Prinzip kommst du ein Lichtsignal über und dann wird es einfach über die Lautsprecher den Knall durchgegeben, damit man eigentlich etwas hört. Aber es ist eigentlich nur elektronisch. Und die Rückstarter haben zeitlich auch noch eine normale Waffe, also eine normale Waffe mit Platzpatronen. Und wenn sie etwas sehen, wo der Starter nicht sieht oder wo die Omega-Messanlage nicht registrieren kann, dann können sie zurückschiessen. Das heisst auch einen Start abbrechen. Also speziell ist sicher der Zeitablauf. Wir haben so einen Sekundenzeitplan. Das heisst, wir müssen ganz genau auf die Sekunde schiessen. Wir haben so ein Timing. 3,5 Minuten vor dem Start kommt ein Pfiff, damit die Athleten wissen, sie müssen sich abziehen. Dann weiss das Fernsehen, sie müssen kommen mit der Schwenkkamera. 90 Sekunden gebe ich das Zeichen, dass mit dem Mikrofon Ruhe gibt, dass kein Weitsprung, sonstige technische Disziplinen sind, damit es ein bisschen ruhiger ist für den Start. Und dann kommt es auf die Plätze fertig los. Und das ist einfach das Timing ist entscheidend. Weil sobald wir in die Zeitverzögerung hineinkommen, haben wir ein bisschen Schlamassel.